you say and spell your first and last name?
Caleb Mays. Calebmays.
So, how old were you when the Flint crisis, like the Flint water crisis, like first kind of hit?
Oh, geez, I think I was just learning about it when I was around 15, 16.
So, I mean, you were the oldest out of all of your siblings. How was it kind of looking and seeing all your younger siblings and your mom and your dad and everybody be affected, and you're like the oldest, so.
Well, never felt more protective and infuriated. I didn't really understand what was going on, nor did I understand the full ramifications of what we're all going to have to go through. My mother and littlest brother got the worst, so as you can imagine, ended up being more of a Papa Big Brother Bear or something. It was not a good time.
Tell us what you saw him going through.
Well, for the majority of everybody, we all got the memory loss. That was the first thing that was weird. Cole and Mom was always a bit more sickly, but never this bad, and never this continuously. Once a year, we will all get sick. But it was becoming days or weeks or months. It was impossible to tell. And
Hold on. Is that the dogs?
yes, sure isn't me.
No, it is. Ignore me.
Impossible.
We'll put that in the bloopers.
You have my consent.
I'm just gonna
Is he
stare at
okay?
her. No, she's
Alright.
chewing on a toy and she's doing it as loud as humanly possible to get attention. She's like pulling on it and dropping it down. Like everything in here is a teenager. I don't understand.
Except for me.
No, you too. Everybody.
Ouch.
We'll let him come back to it.
Well, don't worry. You'll hear from her soon.
Stop.
Yeah. Alright, keep going. We're okay. She comes back to it.
So, wait,
So yeah. We asked, okay. Yeah, what did you see your family, your brothers going through, your mom going through? Tell us about that.
Well, we never been to the doctor more than that. We would go every once in a while to, do checkups, but it became a more popular thing. Mom developed it the worst. She was still going and trying to work out to lose weight and all that. We all tried to. But she was drinking a lot more water than any of us. And when we had no idea at first. So it was summer, we all drank water. No idea. We honestly didn't even feel it until we started to. And by that point, at that point, I have no idea how bad it's going to get. As you can tell from my speech, my brain fog is still pretty hard. Had to relearn everything from scratch, and going through high school and college, not fun. I think I got off a bit easier than my brothers and family, which is annoying. But I wish that it affected me more than them. But I can't get that.
I mean, going through high school and college and everything, this is all going on. That must have been really hard. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Of course. Well, education was always moderately pretty easy. We're okay. We're not like deep, brilliant people, but we're smart. But when that happened, it felt like I was driving backwards. I didn't understand easier things I would have understood months prior. It was confusing, and I had to figure out the limitations of it that I was dealing with now and pick myself up bit by bit before my grades slipped any further, because I still was fairly headstrong with it. I had to accept tutors, and I had to accept more people helping me, which was not an easy thing for me to accept, but I needed it. And seeing my brothers fall through the same, it's not easy for me. I wish I could have helped more, but I didn't know how. I felt lost and I couldn't protect them. So,
when you figured out it was the water, how did your family change? What happened? Just tell me. Yeah, tell me what happened.
oh geez, activism was never my first thought when it came to our family. My mom was a band manager, my dad was an artist. Me and my brothers were a bit of both. A bit more managey, a bit more artistry. I always imagined us going that way. But when this all started and we realized and found out, I don't think I can ever forget how angry Mom was when she realized everything. I thought, oh my gosh, this is the most angry she's ever been. And I've seen my brothers break stuff. But it shifted our lives to be more aware of the people around us, government, situations and things that we had no idea of. At least I didn't. I was not aware. But we needed to figure out who else was around us being affected, how we can unite together to get the word out and to make everyone hear what's going on. And honestly, I can't really describe how that felt. It was just new and scary.
What would you say is probably like the hardest moment through all of this that you and your family had to go through?
Besides all the health stuff, which still affects us to this day, I think the hardest bit for me personally was seeing what my mom and brother has to go through. When I heard about Mom's condition, I felt heartbroken. I thought I was going to lose her. And it's an anxiety that still affects me. Every so often I think about it. I think about that night where we hear about, well, Mom's having troubles with her heart. She's having troubles with her lungs. She's needs a heart monitor now. She has cancer now. It back to back to back to back. It's not something I'm ever going to forget, but it's something I want no one else I care about to suffer through.
What would you say is kind of like a small victory that you guys kind of got along the way?
As corny as it sounds, frankly, I'm just really happy of the reception we've all had. I met some great people going through this. Some people I aspired to be like, and I consider that a great victory on my part. I wish I could have done more, but hey, there's only I can do more going forward.
Who do you aspire to be like?
Well, for one, Jesse Jackson was always a wonderful figure in my mind. I heard him in the history books, and meeting him was a culture shock for me. I was like, oh, hello. But I want to help people. I want to help people unite against oppression and evil. Stop anyone else from suffering. I may not succeed, but at least leave the world better than how I started.
How much of that is coming from your mom and what you've been through?
Majority of it. She is my inspiration. I don't think I would be the person I am right now without her. And I thank her that she's still around and showing us all how to be just a bit more feisty.
Is she a hero?
Always. Always will be.
Anything else you want to add? Anything you got?
Well, I'm hungry. Honestly, on my way here, I was thinking about how the lawsuit was tossed out. I really hope they reconsider. And if they ever hear that, you should. It's your duty to actually help us. That's all I got.
That's good. That's good.
9 hours of work and an hour drive here. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you did great.